everyone, I'm LeighAnn. If you don't know me, if you do and you're back, thank you so much. I love you, you are my people. If you don't know me and you're here, I don't really know what led you down this path in life, but I'm glad you're here. Today is cooking day. Obviously we're in my kitchen, we're not upstairs, we're not playing with makeup. Today, we're playing with food. I'm going to be trying out the Sous Vide that we got for our wedding almost an entire year ago. Yes, this has been in my house for a year, and today it is the day we try the Sous Vide finally. My husband Grant is home. He's gonna help me record. Hopefully he doesn't have to intervene. I think this is gonna be cool. I've heard that when you cook a steak with a sous vide, it's like life-changing, it's so amazing, and I'm ready to experience that. I guess this is kind of a sponsored video, sponsored by our wedding guests, Mr. and Mrs. Clark. Thank you so much. We also got a vacuum sealer. My understanding was that you have to have a vacuum sealer to use a sous vide. Since I've been doing a little bit of research before doing this video, you don't actually have to have one, but we have one, so I'm gonna be trying that out too. I don't think there's anything else I can ramble about to avoid taking this on, so it's time. All right, so I grabbed my recipe and I got this one from the Food Network, and it's just called Sous Vide Steak Dinner. So we're getting steak and we're getting cream spinach. According to the internet, it's kind of hard to coordinate the vegetable and any kind of meat in the same sous vide bath. Basically what you do, very brief explanation of a sous vide. You have your sous vide and you put it on the side of a bucket or some kind of container full of water, and it heats up the water. You have your food in plastic bags or you have it vacuum sealed in the water, and it cooks it at a very specific temperature. That's why it's so cool, and it can cook steaks really well because you're able to really control the temperature of the water, and it just does it perfectly. I don't know how. That's just how it happens. That is my very brief, very uneducated explanation of something I've never used. You learn so much here on my channel. Subscribe. Let's just do this. Hopefully it works because I don't have any other plans for dinner. I think this one won't be that hard. We have all our ingredients here. We have our sous vide that we've never even opened. This is what it looks like. Okay, it looks like ours actually comes with an app so you can control it from your phone. So we could leave the house, leave it cooking, and I think that's what we're gonna do, even though I feel very, very risky doing that. So we can download the Anova app because that's the brand. I don't know, see how that goes. Oop, we got a bunch of bags. I don't know if we got instructions in our vacuum sealer. Is it just completely self-explanatory? Most likely. All right, so Grant is now being my cameraman. Thank you so much. Before that, he was helping me get together all my ingredients while I was stressing about how to use this vacuum sealer. I still kind of don't know, but I'm continuing to get ingredients together. Unfortunately, our recipe lied to us. The ingredients list did not include shallots, but the instructions do. They will be missed, but we'll make it work.
Put your whole both pounds in.
Put my back into it. I smashed it. Okay, so step one is getting everything for the steaks combined, and Grant picked out the biggest steaks in the world, or at least the biggest steak I've ever tried to cook before. So we just need to combine our steaks. And now we're adding in our sprigs of thyme. Throw in those branches. And then we need 2 tablespoons of butter.
Oh, it's pretty, you're gonna need a spoon. Oh, power moves.
I'm gonna get my butter down in there.
Would you say you have butter fingers?
Yes. Now we need 2 teaspoons of salt. Oh yeah, 1 teaspoon of pepper. I briefly scanned the instructions for the vacuum sealer, and it said that it shouldn't be wet, and so I'm guessing that probably includes like soaked with butter. Ooh, okay, so this is what we've got. We're just gonna try this out. I don't think it's working. Okay, we're missing something here. Let's try this again. Round 2. Ooh, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. I'm a vacuum sealing, first time professional. Watch out. Okay, so now we need to move on to step 2, which actually has a lot of steps in it. But now we just have to deal with everything that goes into the spinach, which was frozen, but I had to squeeze all the water out of it. Never done that before. Looks kind of weird. So what else do you want to vacuum seal in the future? My mind is
so many leftovers.
So many things. Grant loves to freeze things. Combine the spinach, cream cheese, the remaining clove of garlic, and half a teaspoon of salt. These directions are saying to put it all just like in like a Ziploc resealable bag, but we're not doing that. We're doing it the complicated, unnecessary way. All right, so now we've got our 2 baggies of food. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, our next step is to actually confront the precision cooker or the sous vide. And so I think that all you have to do is hook it onto the side, and you have to tighten it onto the edge of the bucket, like so. But now we have to fill this guy up with water. So Grant was saying that we should just put this into the sink just in case anything happened. We had a terrible accident in our home. It was the Tapache explosion of 2019. If you watch my vlog channel, you know what I'm talking about. So I think we're a little bit nervous about kitchen experiments, but I feel weird about having something plugged in the sink. I don't know, is that just me? All right, I think we have enough water. Should we just go ahead and plug it in?
Yeah.
Hello?
I don't think either of those back plugs are working.
This old house.
I don't know if those are either. That's not either, but the ones to your left, that one works. It's not working either.
This was not planned. So since it seems that none of our outlets are working, hopefully this one does. Everyone cross your fingers, and we have power. Our current temperature is 87. We want our temperature to go up to 130.
Getting the hot tub going.
All right, so now that we've got it set to 130, the next directions say to put the bags in the sous vide and cook it for 2 to 4 hours. And the longer that you leave it in, the better the flavor. So I think we're thinking about trying like 3 hours-ish.
Yeah.
Throw these bad boys into the hot tub. And the reason why you want to get all the air out, even if you're not doing vacuum sealing, is because you want them to submerge in the water. You don't want them to float at all. This one's kind of floating. Okay, so obviously that did not work out the way it was supposed to work out. And when I looked closer at this, it doesn't look like it's sealed correctly. Like there are a couple of little spaces. So I think we need to put this back through the vacuum sealer again. My next sous vide experiment that I really want to do, that I almost think I should have done for this video, was making egg bites, like at Starbucks, because those are like my favorite thing on the planet. And if I could make them at home, woo! Okay, that seal looks like it worked. Now this is the moment of truth. Slowly floats to the top. I think I can just put it underneath the steaks and we'll be fine. Okay, so we've got everything corralled to the bottom where it's not gonna float to the top. And the instructions just say, wait a couple of hours and come back. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a taste test. I'm really ready to eat this already.
Me too.
Okay, we had a slight change of plans for the evening, and so we're really only gonna wait 2 hours, and it's officially been 2 hours since our meal has been at 130 degrees, and it looks really strange. I guess with this type of cooking, you just don't get a lot of color, but it held its temperature the whole time we were gone, and I don't know, it's just quietly doing its thing over here. Grant's over there trying to corral Luna. She firmly resists anyone trying to corral her at any time. Okay, so back to the recipe. There is another step after this, so it's not like you're just cooking it in this. I'm sure other recipes are like that, but for the steak, we have to go in and put it in a pan on the stove and sear it. Wait, were we not supposed to put the other butter in the spinach?
No, I think we were.
Yeah, I think that they kind of screwed this recipe up a little bit.
Oh, look at that. We were not supposed to put butter in there.
I can read, I promise, I can read. So basically, all we have to do now is take the steaks out, put them in the skillet, put it in with the butter that we thought we were supposed to use earlier. I'm sure it will be fine. And then cook the garlic bread and we'll be ready to taste test it. So my question to you guys right now is, do you like to sous vide? Like, is that a practical, like, everyday cooking method? And if so, what do you like to cook with the sous vide? Like, what is your go-to? You know, I want to do the egg bites, but after that, what? I don't know. It looks like our oven is done and it's ready for the garlic bread, which we got frozen garlic bread. Take the baby out of the bath. Okay, so I just cut open the bag and we have to take our steaks out and we're drying off the steaks. Oh, they smell really good though. My creation. We got our steaks done. They're looking good. They're looking a whole lot better than they did right out of the bag. Now it's time to take out our cream spinach. I actually did something off camera. I did not think about actually stirring it together in a bowl and combining it before I put it in the bag. The recipe just didn't sound like that's what you needed to do. So I took it out before it was completely at temperature and I kind of squished it like this. It's hot, but it's not super hot. But I'm just giving it a good mix again. Ew, it's very gooey and runny. I've never made cream spinach before. It's not a very cute meal. I should have put it in a bowl. Our garlic bread is probably ready. All right, here is the moment of truth. It's a little soupy, but we're about to try everything. The moment has finally arrived. We are ready to do a taste test. Does it taste okay?
It's awesome.
It is?
Yeah. It's so tender. It's crazy.
It is. It is really tender.
Even though it's probably
Oh, it's too well done.
yeah, it's like a medium well, but it's still as tender as if you had it medium rare.
Yeah, it doesn't feel tough or dried out.
It's so good.
So we would probably do a lower temperature next time. It does taste good though. And I think the spinach is good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay, upon further inspection, it's not as bad as I thought it was. I thought it was like gray throughout, but I do have a good amount of pink, so I'm a little less discouraged than I was.
This is about as tender as a prime rib. Very, very soft.
And you think that's all due to the sous vide?
Yeah.
All right, so I think that's enough for the taste test. I'll be with you in a moment after we enjoy our dinner. Okay, we just got done cleaning up everything after dinner, and final thoughts.
Amazing.
I thought it was pretty good. I'd give it probably like a 7 out of 10, but I don't know, I'm definitely interested in making the egg bites above all else. And then I don't know what next, but I'll definitely use it again. It was easy. It's kind of like a crock pot. It was pretty good.
Pretty good.
I don't know, I don't think it's an essential thing. Like if you're doing your wedding registry, don't feel like you have to put a sous vide on it.
No.
We were just interested. We
Instant
just
pot
thought it was
first.
cool. Yeah, probably instant pot first, and then a sous vide if you're fancy, I guess.
Yeah.
And we're not that fancy.
Because I don't even know what besides steak. I guess we could look up. I had to look at the recipes.
You can do everything, I think. Or,
Yeah.
you know, you could do fish and
Fish
steak
and
and
fish and
eggs.
eggs.
You can do
Steak and
eggs, just plop
eggs.
them right in there.
Pop 'em in.
And you can do them very like precisely. Anyway, basically I just felt like I've been doing too many useful, helpful, informative videos lately, and I decided to mix it up, and here we are. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sure we'll be back in the makeup, hair, all that kind of stuff realm next week. Don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the bell for notifications. You can find me on social media. You can find me on my vlog channel. All those links will be in the description, and that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Dinner's ready. Whoops. Still good. Grant's addition to our lives.
It was holding a lot of fluid.
I don't like the word fluids. It looks like something out of like Bon Appetit.
Green Monster.
Yes.